Hello fellow collectors, thanks for clicking on the video. So this is my end of month haul for November. Like many of you, I indulged quite a lot in the sales during October, and so I told myself, well, okay, so November, I've bought plenty in October, plenty to last me, my watch list has grown a lot, so November is going to be a quiet month, and as you can quite clearly see, it certainly was not. I think that's the collector's bane, isn't it? It's the saying, I'm only going to pick up a couple titles this month, just recoup, you know, help my finances recover, and then all of a sudden you're at the end of the month and you've got an obscene amount of movies again. But without further ado, let's get right into it. And as with most of my purchases, the majority of these are blind buys, and I haven't seen many of them yet. So not a huge amount to say, but hopefully you'll enjoy, and I'll take you through what I picked up. First off, a few Criterion titles. So there's a sale on at the moment, a 2 for £25 sale on HMV, Zavvi, Amazon, all the usual places. And this was the first one I picked up. The Cranes Are Flying. I've wanted to pick this one up for a little while. I haven't seen much of Soviet cinema particularly. I've seen Stalker and I've seen Solaris, and obviously, yeah, I mean, I'm keen to see more of Tarkovsky's films. I wanted to pick up another Soviet film, just from a different filmmaker, just to see what they're like. I heard good things about this one, so hopefully this will be enjoyable. Next up, we have Masculine Feminine, a film by Jean-Luc Godard, which for me is enough to pick up a film. I don't know, again, anything about this one at all. I know it's on the 1001 Movies to See Before You Die, which is something that I'm thoroughly enjoying making my way through. So, hoping that this will be another absolute cracker, because I loved his box set from Studio Canal with 5 of his films. I thought it was amazing, so here's hoping that this one is equally good. Next up, Tokyo Drifter. This is a sort of jazzy Yakuza film, as far as I know, which is more than enough to pique my interest. And an interesting early one, I don't know if you can see the spine number there, spine 39, early one in the Criterion collection. And just quite a short one as well, only 82 minutes, but very interested to see this one. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Next up, we've got A Philadelphia Story. So as I said, the 2 for £25 sale is going on at the moment. But a couple of the titles that I've wanted to pick up for a long time, The Philadelphia Story included, never seem to be on these 2 for £25 sales. But luckily, at the moment, HMV are doing a 20% off on quite a wide-ranging number of items, including The Philadelphia Story, thankfully, and another one, A Brighter Summer Day, which I really have wanted to pick up for a long time, ever since I saw Yi Yi. And so, luckily this one came, and I'm hoping A Brighter Summer Day will show up today. I think it should have showed up yesterday, but hopefully it's just been delayed in the post. But this one, I mean, Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, James Stewart, enough said. What more do you need? I feel like this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait to watch this one. It's going to be one of the very first that I watch out of this haul. Just show you the side and the back if anyone's interested. Next up, we've got Something Wild. All I know about this one was that Jeff Daniels was in it, and I've been enjoying watching some of his films recently. I watched a video where he talked about the timeline of his career. I've just seen that was slightly off kilter, so sorry about that. Which I found really interesting. So I wanted to pick this one up. I know it's quite a well-regarded one. I'm not exactly sure how you say his name, Jonathan Demme, that's how I would say it, but Jonathan Demme, I've heard it pronounced as well, so I've never seen one of his films, so I'm interested to see it. I think this is like a comedy thriller. I don't know a lot about it, but I mean, Jeff Daniels, Melanie Griffith, Ray Liotta, a stunning cast, so hoping that this one will be thrilling and a good laugh as well. Next up, we've got some BFI titles. if you've got a FOP near you, which I think is a sort of subsidiary of HMV, then they've got a BFI sale on at the moment, with loads of titles on at £6, which is an incredible deal. So yeah, luckily I visited my local FOP, which isn't too far away, and picked up just a few titles. Unfortunately, it's not on at HMV as well, which usually they have sort of similar sales, but yeah, this time sadly it's not. So the first title that I picked up is An Actor's Revenge. Again, this one is from the 1001 Movies to See Before You Die. It's pretty much the whole reason that I picked this one up. Not too sure what this one's about. I believe it's a revenge story. But yeah, hoping that this one will be quite interesting to watch. It certainly looks very interesting. Next up, we've got Mogul Mowgli. Picked this one up purely because I watched The Sound of Metal earlier this year, and I think it's still the best film that I've seen all year. Riz Ahmed was absolutely phenomenal in it. I loved every second of that movie. It was absolutely astonishing. And this one's got, again, fantastic reviews and is about Riz Ahmed playing, I believe, a rapper. So I'm really hoping that this one is, yeah, equally as good. But even if it's not quite as good, I'm sure it'll still be very enjoyable. I think he's an incredible actor, really interesting actor, and really glad he's getting more momentum in his career and becoming more widely known. Next up, we've got Life is Sweet. Might seem strange, but I don't think I've ever actually seen a Mike Leigh film. So this one has been on my list for quite a while, so I was really glad to pick this one up. Usually I see these titles and they're significantly more expensive, so for £6 this was an easy get. I believe this one's on the Criterion, in the Criterion collection as well. So really glad to pick this one up, and yeah, I'm quite excited to watch this one, and then yeah, if I enjoy it, which hopefully I will, dive a bit further into Mike Leigh's filmography. Next one, which was Upside Down, is Peppermint Soda. I'm not sure where, I can't remember where I heard about this film, but ever since I heard about it a while ago, I've been incredibly interested in picking it up. It just sounds really interesting. Just give you some time to read the back if you're curious. A French coming-of-age tale. But yeah, I was just really curious about this one. Someone, I think it was a YouTuber, just recommended it, and yeah, it just sounded incredibly interesting. So yeah, I was really glad to be able to get this one as well. I think this was the last copy that they had, so I jumped on it. Next up, we've got a few titles from Eureka. Eureka is one of those labels that never really does great sales. I mean, I'm not suggesting that their prices are outrageous just as they are, but I think the sales, I think they would really benefit from doing sales, honestly. It's where I pick up a lot of films. I think a lot of collectors do as well. And luckily, Zavvi had a 20% off quite a few Eureka titles last month, or earlier this month. And yeah, I was glad to pick up a few of them, just increase the number in my collection. So the first one I got was A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I got this purely because it's an Elia Kazan film, and I think he is a very interesting director. Really enjoyed the films I've seen of his so far, particularly A Streetcar Named Desire, which was pretty astonishing, which I was not expecting. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting to like that one very much, but I absolutely adored it. Incredible acting in it, specifically from Vivien Leigh, I thought. But yeah, very interested to see this one, and hopefully continue Kazan's filmography. Next up, we've got The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. Got this one because I'm trying to get the majority of Billy Wilder's filmography. He can be the odd film for me I don't love from him, but definitely the vast majority I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I've had my eye on this one for quite a while. So yeah, I was really glad to pick this one up and increase my knowledge of Wilder's films. Next up, we've got Man with a Movie Camera. I've wanted to pick this one up for a little while as well. I watched The Great White Silence and Epic of Everest from the BFI, and that sort of sparked my interest in sort of films from the 20s and the very early films, silent films, and particularly documentaries. Those two films were absolutely astonishing pieces of work. And so I'm really, really interested to see this one. As soon as I heard of it, I was yeah, incredibly interested in picking it up. And yeah, as I say, voted one of the best films ever made. Really, really keen to dive into this one. And last one up is Conversation Piece. And I'll be honest with you, I picked this one up because it was just so incredibly cheap. I think it was already $7.99 from Zavvi, and with the 20% discount, it was even less. So, yeah, don't know anything about this one, but obviously Burt Lancaster is in it. He's certainly an interesting actor, so keen to see what this one's all about. Certainly looks interesting. Next up, let's go for this recent release from BFI, which is the Ingmar Bergman Volume 2. I didn't buy Volume 1, though I am planning to get it at some point, but this was the one that I really wanted to see. For anyone interested, I have done an unboxing of this already, so you can see what it comes with. I've watched The Seventh Seal already, which I thought was extremely interesting. That was the first. I haven't seen any Bergman films ever, so that was my first. I thought I'd dive straight into that one, being so famous, and it was really, really interesting. I'm not sure what I was expecting from it, but I certainly wasn't expecting what I saw. But yeah, it's one that I thought about for a few days after, and I'm really interested in seeing the rest of this box set. He's such an iconic film director. So much of what we watch has been influenced by him and his films. So really excited to get into the rest of this, but thoroughly enjoyed The Seventh Seal, so hopefully I'll thoroughly enjoy the rest of these as well. Next up, excuse me. Next up, we've got the Bong JoonHo set. I've had my eye on this for ages, but it kind of went out of stock in some places and was pretty expensive. But luckily this one dropped in price, so I absolutely jumped on it. I've seen a couple of his films already. I've seen Parasite and I've seen Snowpiercer, but none of the others. When I picked this one up. I have since watched The Host and Memories of Murder. The Host was really interesting. They're not quite as good as I was hoping for, honestly, but Memories of Murder was absolutely astonishing. Such an excellent film. I loved every second. Absolutely cracking acting, cracking story. It was thrilling. It was engaging. It was mysterious. It was fantastic. So yeah, really looking forward to watching Barking Dogs Never Bite and Mother. And I think I'll watch Snowpiercer again, as I haven't seen that. I don't think I've seen that since it came out, or certainly, yeah, it was around the time that it came out, which I think is probably a decade ago now. So yeah, really interested to watch the rest of these. But yeah, such an interesting director. I was really, really glad to pick this one up, and it is a gorgeous box set. I'm really glad that Cares on Artificial Eye have started making box sets that look a lot nicer, because they release, they distribute some great films, but often I don't think they look very good. But this one is absolutely gorgeous. So really, really happy to grab it. Next up, onto some non-boutique titles. First one we'll go for here is Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the Mondo Steelbook edition of it. And I've got, I think, every MCU movie from the Infinity Saga up to, except Captain Marvel, which I haven't bought yet, because when I was doing my rewatch of all the discs that I bought, Disney Plus came along, and so I just watched it on there because I haven't picked it up yet. So perhaps in my next rewatch I'll pick up Captain Marvel. But Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely among my favourites, and I love the cover of this one. And the copy that I have already is already 4K and it has a slipcover, but I just don't really like how the slipcover looks. So this is a very rare double pickup for me. But that being said, I think I will sell the one with the slipcover and then just have the one in my collection. But yeah, I was really glad to get this one. I ended up getting it from Amazon. It's the German edition, and it did come with the big, the normal age rating, but it just peels right off, so it looks absolutely fine. There's not really any residue left, and yeah, really, really glad to get this one. I think it adds something nice to the look of the MCU collection that I've got already. And next up, we've got the Hobbit trilogy, the 4K steelbooks. I'm sure everyone's seen this release already. I held off getting the Hobbits last year. I picked up the Lord of the Rings Steelbook collection straight away, because yeah, so they're some of my all-time favourite films. But I'm not a huge fan of the Hobbits. I like An Unexpected Journey. I thought that was really fun. But the other two are, you know, they're not amazing. They're fine films, fine for what they are. But obviously, you know, we're watching hours-long stories for a book that's incredibly short, or you know, pretty short anyway. But yeah, I was holding off until the sort of big Ultimate Collector's Edition was released, because I was expecting that to be incredible, and I was so disappointed with what they released. I mean, it's just a cardboard box with artwork that I think is terrible, and yeah, it just comes with, I think, they're not even digipacks inside, they're just Blu-rays or, you know, 4Ks with slipcovers. And even though the art is quite nice on the slipcovers, man, £200, you're joking for that quality. So yeah, I was really glad that Zavvi still had this in stock. So I decided to jump on this one and pick this one up. And yeah, you know, I mean, a year later, all I got was the 10% discount that Zavvi give for the red carpet. So picked it up for £90, which is still very expensive, but it was nice to complete the Lord of the Rings Hobbit collection. And I do think they look nice, so yeah, I was glad to get this one. Next up, we've got some slightly more interesting titles, or interesting releases anyway. So I wasn't really into my film collecting. I was sort of on a fairly years-long hiatus when some of these were released. But I came across them before. We'll do this one first. Let's look at this one first. I can't even... It absolutely fills the frame. But these are big sleeve editions that were originally released, I think, by Zavvi and a few other retailers, but they became Tesco exclusives. And they sort of come in a vinyl size case. I mean, you can see what it comes with. So it comes with, you know, the Blu-rays, the bonus footage, as well as some art cards. And if I can open it up, you can see kind of, if I can get most of it in frame, kind of what it looks like. Obviously they come with the slips as well, and then you've got the discs inside. But I just love the way these look, and I came across them recently, you know, sort of discovered them, and yeah, I thought I'll absolutely grab a few of these. Got this one brand new, just from eBay, very reasonably priced. I mean, they're all still very reasonably priced. And I didn't own the Indiana Jones films, though I am planning to pick them up on 4K at some point. But yeah, I was really glad to pick this one up. I think it looks great. It's just quite a nice showpiece. And I decided to get the Jurassic Park trilogy as well. Again, got this one off eBay, and this one's still sealed. I haven't even cracked this one open yet. But yeah, again, I've got Jurassic Park on Blu-ray. But I didn't have the other two. Not that the other two are great, but again, I just think this one looks really nice, and just a really nice sort of display piece. And again, you know, I'll open this at some point, but it looks really nice, you know, inside with some just the really nice large artwork. I think that's really cool. I think I got this for, you know, only like £15 or something like that from eBay. And I picked this one up as well. If you can see that, I know some people don't like the artwork on this, but I think it's great. This one was opened already, but I think this is a bit more sought after for whatever reason, so this one was just over £20. But again, just a really nice edition, and I did own the Back to the Future trilogy on DVD, but not on Blu-ray, so glad to add this to the collection as well. And then last but not least, I saw that there was some, so these big sleeve editions, like they're called the big sleeve editions, were just released in the UK, I believe, but on the continent, they had some they called vinyl editions, and I saw this on Amazon. I can't remember exactly which country it came from. Obviously, the back is in various languages. Oh, is it in various languages, or is it just is it Italian? Maybe it's from Italy, but I got it from Amazon UK anyway. And I was curious if these would be similar to these. Unfortunately, they're not. So this, if you can see that at all, this is what it looks like inside. So it is very sparse, very bare bones. It's not really like the larger big sleeve editions that I was hoping. But again, I didn't have these films, so I thought I'd grab it. I'm not really a huge fan of these. I watched the original Batman a little while ago and I thought it was good, but I watched Batman Returns, and yeah, it might be horrendous for some people to hear, but I absolutely hated it. I thought it was terrible. But I will watch the other two. I remember watching Batman Forever when I was a kid, and I mean, I love Jim Carrey, so hopefully he'll be able to carry that one through. And then I think we all know Batman and Robin is absolutely abominable, but I haven't seen that one probably decades, so I'll happily give that one a watch as well and see what I think. But yeah, that's the haul for this month. It is, yeah, again one of those what you say to yourself, no, I need to recover. I need to not buy so many films, and then we've got some good sales and just some interesting releases. I mean, this was only just released at the beginning of this month, so that was one I definitely had to pick up. But yeah, it was really, I was really glad to pick all these up. And I will say it now again, hopefully December will be a much quieter month. Obviously we've got Christmas, so I need to spend money on that and save up money for that as well. So I think that will mean I will get a lot less films this month, but you never know. You'll see another video from me at the end of December. Hopefully I might get a couple for Christmas, but we'll see. Anyway, that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.